Me, Wendy, and Amanda were obviously screaming and just screaming, hide, hide.
Put it down! Hello?
This chilling voice was of Amanda Colley as she begged the shooter to spare her and her friends, but it was too late.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Hello? Ma'am. Is that gunfire? Oh my God. Go ahead. She just said on the other line, somebody said put it down. It was the same area.
A neighbor mowing the lawn sent James Colley into a spiral. Hours later, 2 people would be dead, and the 911 calls would haunt investigators forever.
He had Amanda, and he wanted to know, where is he? Where is he? Where the F is he? He was looking for Amanda's boyfriend.
I don't know. I left. I had to run.
Wait, so that wasn't the boyfriend? That was somebody else?
I said there was a female.
Gunshots didn't hit anybody, correct?
What drives a father of 2 to storm his own home and open fire on the mother of his children?
Oh, it was the baby daddy. She had a new boyfriend.
All the
Oh.
time goes around saying, these blah, 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 and cheating got what they deserve, and all this other stuff. I mean, it's just real spiteful things, and
Who does he say that in reference to?
Amanda and Lindy.
That they got what they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
Our story begins at the end of the 8-year-long marriage
This
of
is the
James
niggas
Colley Jr.
y'all be
and
like?
Amanda Colley.
Like,
The couple shared 2 children together and lived in a cul-de-sac on South Bellagio Drive in St. Augustine. Amanda worked at a sportswear company, and James worked at Citibank, which is where the 2 eventually met their newfound partners. After the 2 separated in August of 2015, James moved in with his sister, Rhonda. Over the next few months, the couple worked through many hurdles, including shared custody of their 2 young children. James began seeing someone new,
the reason why?
a colleague from his job named Amy. The 2 began making plans for their future together once the divorce with Amanda was complete.
Okay. So they was
Meanwhile,
already over it.
Amanda was similarly moving on. She had met a colleague named Lamar Dubberly, and the 2 instantly hit it off. However, despite finding love elsewhere and processing the separation peacefully, James was deep down convinced that it wasn't over. He
He's one of those niggas like he wanted his way but can't take it when it comes back. Like, bro,
repeatedly demanded to know if Amanda was
are you gonna get you a fucking girl but she can't fucking do her own shit?
seeing another man,
She's
a fact that she was unwilling to confirm to him. But James had other means of sorting this out. Among the homes in the cul-de-sac was the one of their neighbor, Mike Dickens, who sent James this picture. It was a topless man mowing their front lawn, and while nobody knew it at the time, that really was Lamar. James' suspicions grew further as Amanda denied the allegation by text. After James claims that she, quote-unquote, could do better than that, she shrugs it off by claiming that she doesn't know the guy. Still, even with the picture, James just wants to talk. Now, normally for 2 people who are married for 8 years and have children together, having a talk is perfectly fine. But the only reason why Amanda never gave James that chance is because of their abusive history. You see, James was a very insecure man, and he was always accusing Amanda of having an affair with someone else. One weekend, when Amanda wasn't home, James snuck into the house to find evidence of her alleged affair. While he was there, he took her clothes from the closet and literally burned them. After this incident, Amanda not only filed for divorce, but also a temporary injunction for protection against domestic violence.
Right.
She specifically wrote that, quote, he would cut me up or kill me if he ever found out I was cheating. The reason why it took over 8 years for Amanda to call it quits is probably because of the kids. Over the years, James had tried to be a good father, and also he mended the relationship every now and then, but again, over the years, it had just become too much. On the night of August 27, 2015, the night after this conversation, surveillance footage from the neighbors showed James Colley driving up to the house. It was clear that he was pissed at the photo and he wanted to find out more about the topless man. But to his surprise, Amanda wasn't home. As he looked around the house, he found a bunch of adult toys and men's clothes which clearly weren't his. His suspicions were confirmed again, so he ransacked the whole house. He broke the TVs, the furniture, and anything else that he could get his hands on. Later, he even called Amanda to tell her that he was at the house and that he had found these things.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Really funny you don't want to talk yet, huh? You know what? We don't need to talk. Don't do nothing to me. I won't do nothing to you. I won't bring you something to court about what you really are. And we both know what you really are. You're lucky I don't tell our children about this, Amanda.
So this was the time where they was taking a break a little bit before they started finding new people? But in the beginning he was saying that she was already out looking for people.
Disgusting.
Just 30 minutes after this call, James Colley had to appear at the St. Johns County Courthouse.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
He came to court for a violation of his temporary injunction, but not for the one that had just happened 4 hours ago. This was about the time when he broke in and burnt her clothes. By then, no complaint had been filed yet about what he had done to the house, as Amanda hadn't been home that morning.
Full name? Mr. Colley, how old are you, sir? 35. Have you ever been treated for any mental illness? No. Are you now under the influence of any intoxicants? No.
The judge agreed to let James attend anger management classes instead of being sentenced to jail. If only he had known that it would take more than just classes to stop this madman, and if there had been a second report before the hearing, well, then perhaps he would have received jail time.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Even when Amanda reached her home and saw the mess at around 11:30 a.m., she still
100%.
didn't file a complaint against him. According to her friends, she didn't do that because that would mean that he would get locked up for a year and he wouldn't be able to see his kids. This
What does that mean?
Passion for James was a very heavy cost that Amanda would soon pay.
This is going to be unsupervised probation. And Mr. Colley, you wish to enter a plea to the charge? No contest? All right, the plea is accepted. Adjudication will be withheld, which means this is not a criminal conviction on your record. You'll be placed on 12 months of unsupervised probation with early termination if you complete everything early.
Despite getting a lighter sentence that day, James felt that this was his one step closer to jail. He became desperate to avoid this charge and mend things with Amanda. So, after he left court, he called Amanda.
Please talk to me. Please. Amanda, I'm out of court. Please talk to me. Baby, please. This is the last time I'm calling and begging.
After hearing that this could possibly be the last time, she picks up, and then the two talk for over 14 minutes. Unfortunately, we don't know exactly what was said in the call, but one thing is for certain. It really was the last time. After the call, James was spotted at a gas station buying a beer. And despite wearing his work clothes, he never went to work. At around 10:11 a.m., he leaves the store, gets in his car, and drives off. This time, he's got 2 fully loaded guns as he bolts to his old address.
That's why he got the
his
beer.
marital
He was
home on
going
South
to
Bellagio
drink the
Drive.
beer real quick and go do
County
his
Sheriff's Office
doozy.
4. Hi, my sister lives at 260 South Bellagio Court. She has an injunction against her husband. They're going through a divorce. Apparently, he broke into her house about 4:30 this morning and busted every TV in the house. I'm not sure if she called to report it, but I want to make sure.
Amanda never reported the house getting ransacked, but instead, she just took account of the damage with her date, Lamar Dubberly. She also called her 2 closest friends, Lindy Dobbins and Rachel Hendricks. Lindy left her work that morning after hearing from Amanda, and Rachel had just dropped her kids off at school, after which she rushed over to the house to give her support.
Like, why would
Rachel
you?
would also be one of the first to describe what exactly happened that day.
So instead of you calling the police and go ahead and make sure you and your kids is protected, you decided not to, and then
Hug immediately. She was crying on my shoulder.
some
She
people
was
ain't
very
got common
upset
sense, dog.
over
I don't know.
the way that the house was trashed and ransacked.
The severity of the scene is that a deputy actually responded to the call made by the residents, but the deputy went back after Amanda refused to press charges. She had no idea what was coming. It was now around 11 a.m.
I don't want to say
Lindy,
it's her fault.
Lamar, Rachel, and Amanda are all in the living room kitchen area. They look out the window and they see James as he opens fire. As they rushed into the closet, there were multiple 911 calls made, which captured the horror of the victims. Lamar was the first to escape from the scene, after which they all heard James yell, "Where is he? Where is he?" Clearly, he was the target of this attack who got
And
away.
he left
But
her?
James had his bloodthirsty eyes on everyone,
He's-
especially Amanda.
He's asked to. I don't even give a fuck. Yeah, that's probably not your girl, but you talking to her and you left her? Man, you better fight like she's your girl, dog. What?
And Amanda were obviously screaming and just screaming, "Hide, hide."
The trio runs to
That's
the master
crazy.
bathroom suite and hides while Amanda's on the phone with 911.
You're not in there. Please stop.
We can hear James's voice as he yells out for Lamar, who, after fleeing to a safe location, also calls 911.
Shots were fired from the outside into the house. And
Do you know who it was?
yeah, I got a great idea who it was.
Okay, are they still there?
I don't know. I left. I had to run. He was
I said there
shooting
was a
after me.
female. The gunshots didn't hit anybody, correct?
But he was.
No, they hit the back and
Oh,
glass
that's a
shattered
hard
everywhere. They hit the
situation to
sliding
be
glass
in.
window. I think the shots were aimed at me.
Back at the
I'm not gonna
house,
leave
James
the-
followed
the
the
group
trio
of
and
females
kept
at the
demanding,
house, though.
"Where is he?"
And he was screaming at Amanda, and he wanted to know, where is he? Where is he? Where the F is he? He was looking for Amanda's boyfriend.
Put that down. Put it down.
Hello?
The same tragedy was heard in Lindy's 911 call. Both the calls were made as the trio hid in the closet. James tries to get inside, and when they don't open it, he opens fire at the door,
Shoot through it.
leading to one of the most chilling moments ever heard in a 911 call.
They watched her get shot.
Ma'am. Is that gunfire? Oh my God. Go ahead.
She just said on the other line, somebody said put it down. It was the same area.
So when he walked past me and walked up to Lindy, she screamed, "Oh my God, no!" And he just shot her. He didn't say anything to her. Nothing, just shot her.
Rachel standing behind.
When the door opens, Rachel hides behind the swinging door, while James brutally guns down Amanda and Lindy. Rachel
Weak-ass
then
dude.
circles out of the closet and runs. After reaching a safe distance from the house, she makes the
He's
fourth
weak
911
too.
call.
Oh, what's up with y'all
He
fucking
was in
picking
the house shooting, and I
these
ran. I
fucking
just ran.
dudes?
You need to send paramedics. I think he shot everybody. He has a handgun. He's shooting everybody.
We've got people coming. I know. It's just,
I am so scared.
I know. It's just taking drivers time to get there.
I'm so scared. I'm just.
Oh, listen to me.
I got grazed by a bullet.
She said she got grazed by a bullet when he started firing, and she ran to the neighbors.
But he point blank shot my friend that was right in front of me. I mean, I'm scared to death for my life.
Is that Amanda?
He shot Amanda, and he shot Lindy Dobbins, our other friend that was there with us.
Right, she was the one
I'm
that was
hiding
on
in
the
a closet
phone.
at the neighbor's
yelling.
house. I'm scared to death.
So,
Okay, what's your name?
so that friend thought they was all in the closet. So how did he ended up shooting her and the other friend, and then she ran away out the thing? That shit don't make sense.
My name is Rachel Hendricks. Oh my God, this is the worst thing that's ever
That
happened.
means he
in
had
my
to
entire
let
life.
her go.
Yeah, just hang on, okay? I'm gonna keep going.
I know.
And if you already
Scared.
went to court and
I'm
all of
scared
that,
he's
why,
gonna come try to find me.
happy that she did, but why let if you gonna do all of that? Why
This
let her
was
go?
one of the biggest tragedies in St. Augustine's history. To think that a deputy had arrived at the same house in response to a second violation of injunction just minutes before this disaster. If Amanda had filed charges or kept the deputy there longer, he would have been able to do something to stop this madman before he took the lives of Amanda
100%.
Colley and Lindy Dobbins. There was no doubt in James's involvement in the case. After the shooting, James left the residence and called his dad and his sisters and told them that he had shot and killed Amanda.
James Colley Sr.
What did your son tell you when he called you?
He told me he shot 2 people.
Was that his exact words, or?
Yes, he said, Dad, she put me back in jail. Said I can't handle it no more. Said I don't know what to do. He said, you know, it's over. Said I've tried to do everything I could, but she keeps on putting me in jail, aggravate me, and just won't let it go. He said, so I done.
It's like, that's another reason why I don't play with dudes, bro. Like, if you done with them, be done with them, but bro.
He rushed to his sister's house, picked up a few things, and began fleeing the state of Florida, going northbound. The investigators were ready to pull surveillance, call in the big boys, and do just about anything in order to bring this madman to justice. But, luckily, they were led right to him.
I've got a report of a complainant Florida tag following her, attempting to run her out of the roadway.
A woman was driving and he...
This call came from Virginia, where a female driver reported James was driving behind her and continually trying to run her off the road.
He comes to a complete stop in the road and tried to get me. I had 3 small children in my car.
The investigators acted on this call, and the officers made the traffic stop, which finally led to the capture of James Colley. He was intoxicated and didn't resist much because he knew just what to say when you're caught red-handed.
For 10 hours to talk to you, to get some answers, get your side of the story, and everything that happened there.
You're
going to need to take me back to Florida so I can have an attorney before I talk to anybody.
There wasn't much to talk about anyway. He violated his injunction. There was proof from the divorce papers that he had intent to kill from the very start. And we have 2 out of 4 eyewitnesses placing him at the scene of the crime. And in the state of Florida, he wasn't just looking at life in prison, he was looking at the death sentence. As the evidence was piling up, the investigators had to look for motives, opportunities, and moments that may or may not have influenced his intent. Like the picture that he got from his neighbor, Mike Dickens.
Was she cheating? You know, and that's why I took that picture. I'm like, what? He said, man, all this S&M and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, James, big deal. Big deal.
So that fucking bitch ass dude, bro, mind your fucking business. Cause it's like, bro, you probably got a whole wife that don't even want to deal with you, and you worry about somebody else's fucking relationship.
Nobody knows who the boyfriend is. She's cheating. You're going through a divorce. You filed for a divorce. Leave her alone. And says, don't let this ruin your life. There's a, you know, this was, you see what time it was. He didn't give me nothing that he...
Then why would you tell him?
When James was booked, he made several calls to his family who were getting ready for the case and also taking care of his kids.
Nothing about anything like that. Just, am I thinking about killing myself? No. You know, have you thought about killing yourself? No.
Are you sure you're okay, bud? All things considered?
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, no, just situation, but it's all right.
His name John, but they don't know how she's gone. Right.
Okay.
And
what do they think about me?
Trey looked at Mom and Johnny, and he said, "You know what, Uncle Johnny? I don't care what my daddy did. I'm gonna love my daddy no matter what he did."
He also insisted that Amanda's family doesn't get custody of the kids.
That's my only really concern. Everything else I don't really give a about, to tell you the truth. Once my kids are secured, once my kids are secured with you, I really don't give a what happens. Start throwing mud. Don't play nice.
It does give you a very...
Is there any football on tonight, ask him?
Hey, Jared, when you're talking to that counselor, you just make sure that you don't say anything that'll incriminate yourself with the others.
I thought about it, and I was just going to say that, you know, what happened, and I don't remember anything from Thursday, and I kind of don't remember anything on Friday, little bits and pieces, and then, you know, my memory started coming back, on Saturday, pretty much, and then all day Sunday, and, you know.
So we know, Bob, you just snapped.
I remember things.
At this point, it didn't matter to James whether he would go to prison or not. What mattered was that his family got custody of the kids.
Right.
The irony here is that Amanda never wanted him to lose the kids. Otherwise, she would have reported the second violation of the injunction and sealed his fate.
It's true.
On July 18, 2018, the jury
She just wanted to
unanimously
get away
found
from
James
him.
Colley guilty of first-degree premeditated and first-degree felony murder of Amanda Colley and Lindy Dobbins, attempted first-degree murder of Lamar Dubberly, attempted felony murder of Rachel Hendricks, burglary of a dwelling with an assault or battery, burglary of a dwelling, and aggravated stalking after an injunction.
Should be another shooting,
Accordingly,
too.
the court sentenced James Colley to death for each murder and imposed sentences for Colley's other convictions to run concurrently with the death sentences. Afterward, the children were placed in state custody and later were cared for by one of Amanda Colley's family members.
Okay, good.
Now, if you think this case was horrific, you need to check.
Yo, that was crazy.